Hello, 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 hello. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? It's been a while since we played some Avorion, so I thought I would do this, kind of see where we are. You guys have seen me start this game. Yeah, sorry, I've been a little bit busy lately with uh, life and all that kind of stuff. So we are going to play our, really honestly, the biggest change in um, the insane difficulty versus the regular game is that the enemies are going to hit you for example, let's take a look at this guy right here. This was the Ravager I run into, the Ravager there. So he's saying 1.2 Omicron. That's his fire rating. Of course, I captured him, but when he's actually firing at me, he's really doing 1.2k damage. Normally, if you don't play on insane level, like say if you're playing on veteran or lower, they're only doing like half the real damage. On insane, they're going to do all of the damage. So when you jump into a system, say for example, this ship here, which is 863,000 shields, 555 or 555,000 hull. There, say you get 10 ships that are doing 2.1k, and they're doing that every second. So 20,000 within about 30 seconds, they can burn through 863, and that's on the iron region, right? That's not we're still out here by the opening or the beginning of the game here. These guys up here are going to do 16 to 20,000 Omicron, so they're going to burn through your shields relatively quick compared to. And of course, at this level, they still have the ionized chain guns. So even if they're not, they're still going to go through your shields, even at the iron level, even at these base um, ships. That's the big difference between insane level and the other level. And of course, the drops. You're going to get much better drops on whatever you're blowing up, and you're also going to get much better deals when you go to equipment docks to buy equipment and all that kind of stuff. So let's look at my progress here on the insane level, which is starting here. We started here. This was our starting point, and I moved up. I'm using a kind of a different strategy than I did in the other playthrough. Just because they're going to change some stuff coming up with the new updates. One of them is you're going to be able to dock with a mine or a factory, and you're going to be able to move it. So what I'm going to do here is going to concentrate most of my economy around warp points. This warp point, there's a warp here, takes me to here. And I'm going to concentrate my economy around the ends of the warp points. So this is kind of my game plan here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up a couple shipyards. There's 2 enemy shipyards here, 2 pirate shipyards. We're going to capture them, and we're going to get ready to move that into our next spot. So hey, God of War, what are you up to, little buddy? All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to capture that specific shipyard. So we're going to set the warp point, or set the jump point, get our ship oriented for that shot, and we're going to jump in, and we're going to capture that shipyard. Now, the general process is that, we did in the other game, we kind of took a little while to build our economy up here. We're going to start jumping pretty hard into getting the passive economy going, because if you don't, it takes a little bit longer to get the weapons enough to deal with fighting up into by the barrier. So we're going to jump in here. Now I've already scouted this out. I've already figured out that in this general area they need processors. So what we're going to do here is take this shipyard, we're going to turn it into a processor factory. When we get done, when the next update finally shows up for this, we're going to try and tractor or dock with that station, and we're going to jump it back to our area here. So I have a coal mine, shipyard there as well, a zinc mine, and a platinum gold mine. So we're going to have the ability to now tractor this shipyard to that warp point, And then we're gonna, yeah, and there's no difference here for processors. I think are 30%+, so we're gonna get the same here as well. But once again, capturing stations is saving us half price. So once we get in here, we're gonna jump in here. And as for the ship, you guys seen this ship before. I've just modified it quite a bit. The one before you've seen of this ship is this one here, I think, with the goal. Kind of has that centerpiece here, and the hangar bays are on the outside, and there was an engine underneath. You know, there's the. I've modified this. This is a different style. I mean, I'm always screwing around when I'm building ships and changing them. This is something that I come up with a little bit different. Not that I didn't like the other look, but it wasn't a. Yeah, it'll still work. So let's fly up in here. We got to figure out how big this thing is. We're at 13.5K, so we're going to have to kind of lay off on the weapons. 13.5, we're going to blow through them pretty quick, so we're going to... those are all set at 3. Let's set this one at 3, 3, 3. That railgun at 3, that one at 3. That railgun at 3, so we'll just leave the double chain gun, the laser, at 1. So we're going to turn this off at 3. We're not going to try to burn through his health too quickly here. I don't want to blow him up and have to start over here. I do have 150 boarders on here. Alright, so figures that we're going to jump these guys in. So we'll just go full weapon spread. And we're not going to dick with them very long here. So now you'll notice here, these are 1.9 Omicron. That's typically the kind of enemy you're going to run into at this early stage. However, they are a little bit more, being that they always hit instead of usually only hitting 50 or a third of the time. And they also do, like I said, the drops are much better here. For everything you blow up, you're picking up triple defense chain guns, and these are all pretty decent, at least legendary style wise. You're going to be able to do some pretty nice things once you get into a research station where you can upgrade these weapons. I really need to get back into getting better weapons wise better, because right now I have such a wide range of weapons. It's hard to target all of them, because some of them have to be lead, and like for example the railguns and the Teslas, pretty much are instantaneous. They go right to target. However, the other ones not so much. But one of the problems with when you're first starting out is you're gonna have to work your way up that way anyway. And I'm gonna play. Like I said, I'm gonna start playing more. I got a couple new games coming out. Star Wars Rogue One's going to be coming out, so you're probably going to see some gameplay there. And this was this was an unexpected stream. I normally give you guys heads up that I'm going to do this, but this was kind of or try to give you a heads up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Try to give you guys a heads up next time when I start streaming this more often. And all that kind of stuff. So let's pick up another one. And I'm also getting a new computer, so hopefully that's going to stop some of my issues with this crap. This is a GTX 650 graphics card, so you can tell that I'm having a little more trouble here. I think the one I'm going to get is a 2070. So hopefully that's going to make quite a bit of difference in the playing. I'm not going to get these stutters and all that kind of stuff when I'm playing. Alright, let's get him knocked down to under 30% so I can try to board him. There we go. He's ready to board. Oops. Must have blown the station in half. Alright, so we're going to drop the boarders off. I should be able to pick him up here relatively quick. Alright, so what do we got going on here? How you guys doing tonight? Let's pick up the station, and then we're going to convert it into a processor factory. Slowly but surely. Now there's a second one over here as well. This one right here, there is another shipyard. We're going to pick that shipyard up as well as this one. We're going to turn them into a couple high-end factories so we can get ready for this here. So let's grab our borders off this guy. And I got to stop running into it before it gets too damaged. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's transfer borders all back. All right, so we're going to jump into him. See what he looks like. Not too bad. And it shouldn't take a whole lot to repair him. 18,000. It's a nice thing about this. So I gotta pause for 15 seconds until I get this thing. I'm able to repair it. Then we're gonna change it back into our normal style station, the big asteroid type station. So of course with the HP bonus, and then we're gonna convert it into rebuild our new station here. So let's jump back over here. You should be able to repair him now. All right, he's repaired back to what he was normally. Kind of like the look of that station here. So we're gonna, of course, we always save these designs. So later on, if there's something on here I want, or if I decide to use that design. All right, so let's go to our stations. And we're gonna use, I got a couple of finished stations now before my last one here. So we're gonna use him. There we go. Yeah, so that's going to be our new station here. I might end up taking some of this stuff off because I don't really need the flight platform for shuttles and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to do that. Okay, let's go to rebuild station here. So we're going to decide what we're going to rebuild him in. I think we're going to go with the advanced factory, and we are going to build processor factory. There we go. So we're going to get him for 19 million. Okay, there we go. He should be up and running. So the trade goods. So we're going to get about a 17,000, almost 18,000. So here's the plus 30%. I mean, even though we're paying a little bit more for the higher end products, we're still looking at a plus 30% for our processor. So we kick it up here. Let's see if we can get up to almost 20,000. Let's get if we can get to 20,000. All right, so that's going to put us at 20,000 per production cycle, which is 20,000 per 15 seconds. Once this thing comes out of, we're going to have to actually actively request products as well, because of course we're not going to feed this factory. We're going to simply buy as we go. Now I got, I believe, an hour and 20 minutes before the system goes active again because of the warfare we just did here. So we are going to have to deal with that a little bit later here. So let's get away from our station. And we're just going to leave him here. All right, so we've gained that one. The other one we're going to grab is this one. That's the other shipyard here. I still think I have enough borders. So I still have 113 borders. I only lost 5 borders in that fight. Surprisingly enough, that wasn't too bad. Oh, there's some blue equipment over yonder. Let's grab him. So yeah, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it'd been almost a month since I posted anything, or streamed anything, or did any videos in general. So we'll have to redo that or work on that a little bit. All right, so the new boss walk, asking nobody, blah 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 blah. This guy is just. All right, so he's boss walk 5. You don't scare me, blah blah. All right, let's get out of this conversation and get into the fight. All right, we're looking for that guy. There's Boss Swak himself. Let's go pick him up here real quick. We'll get the legendary artifact. Then I'm going to decide whether or not this is worth a fight or not. There we go. Picked up a lot of good turrets and all that kind of stuff here. So All right, which one is spamming torpedoes? There's one right there. All right, nailed him. All right, let's pick off our next torpedo fella. Where is he at? There he is. All right. That's like I said, the one real big difference, of course, is you're going to see is they're just going to have way better weapons. They hit better. They're harder hitting. You're going to get a lot more, and you notice you get a lot more when you're destroying these ships. You pick up a lot more turrets and systems off the broken ships or destroyed ships. And Boss Lock, instead of starting out quite a bit further up into the on your run to the center of the galaxy, he's going to start showing up quite a bit earlier. And it seems that way, right? There's nothing ever for sure in this game. What it does. The new DCL, I think, is coming out, so there's going to be some paid content if you want to buy it, which is going to be kind of interesting. There's going to be more enemies, more bosses. They're going to add some smuggling stuff as well. I don't know if anybody's seen that on the latest news on the game. All right, so he's cleared. I think we picked up some decent weapons out of the deal. Cannon, double titanium. I guess not really that great. These double chain gun turrets are the ones I've been talking about. See, they have a 94% chance of penetrating shields. So these have been pretty nasty. They only do 100 DPS, but when you have like 10 of these on a ship and they don't care about your shields, you and then you also see a lot of bolters, which are 154% damage to hull. These are what you've been running, or at least I've been running with the insane level. All right, let's run over to the shipyard here and get ready to knock that out. Or at least, all right, who's coming in here? Oh, there's one more baddie. So we're going to redo this, or we're going to capture these two, and then we're going to work. I'm going to give you an idea what I'm doing here to get to the. We're going to have to get to the barrier, right? So I did a little bit something different when I normally do in the last gameplay, and we're also going to upgrade a couple of mining ships that need some help. I've been really slow on building miners just because I've been working mostly on collecting the amount of cash it takes to get these mines and everything up to date, or up to snuff. All right, so this one's a little bit more, 241,000. All right, so we're actually gonna use the railguns. We're just gonna try to target at least not quite as much as stuff as last time. This one should have some decent material on board to capture. The other one I didn't think had anything. So let's get this thing worked down to our 30%. All right, here comes our three little buddies. I did notice too on these levels, or at least on this insane level, there's a lot more, after you destroy so many of these ships, like when you're pirating, the defense ships start not spawning as much. So I don't know if that was just something that happened or what. All right, so we picked that up here. Here comes our 10 defense ships here. Let's run out here and meet them, get this up and over with so we can get back to taking our station. Did pick up some 3 pretty decent railguns, which do kind of wonders, of course, on ships that don't have shields. I think one of them's like a 5 or a 6 block penetration, so I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal when you're only hitting for 500, but if you do the 5 block or 4 block penetration, then you're talking almost 2,000 damage in one shot. It's always fun when you have to start over in this game. You forget, oh, where's my 100,000 TPS or my 100,000 DPS railguns, and you got to start over with something with 500. All right, where are you at? There we go. One more, two more, three more maybe. All right, so when I get done with this, I'm going to bring my exploration ship in because he's the one that's got the, he's the one that has the trading. No, I do have a trading ship on this one. Never mind. I think I upgraded this or moved or built it, rebuilt it, made it a little bit bigger so I could add that extra system in here for doing this fight or doing this whatever here. So let's look at that trading chip quick. All right, so in this area we are looking at water, corn, oxygen, carbon transformators, scrap metal, plasma cells, microchips. Really not much here that's you know what, let's just capture it because I'm guessing that if this does work out with the new changes in the game, when I'm going to be able to tow this thing or actually jump it, I won't be having to worry about, I'll be more worried about where I'm planting it here. Now I know my general location over there where I have all my mines, those are looking pretty sweet. So, all right, so he is down. It's going to take me 40 to 60 borders. So let's board the station. And while these guys are boarding here, I'm going to jump back to where I'm almost positive that that area of space here where I have all the, I think there's a couple plus 30% other than just the processors. Hopefully. All right, so according to the YouTube deal, I'm not having a very good luck here with the buffering rate, which is probably another problem with my internet. All right, so this system is showing trading overview of, right, so transformators, steel power units, plasma cells, hydrogen processors. So the processors probably, so we're going to do microchips. The microchips is what we're going to do because I'm getting 22% here, and I think over there was only like 14%. So we're going to do that. We are going to turn this into a microchip factory after we've captured it, and then we're going to bring it back to this general area. Once we bring it back, of course. So this is an hour and 57 minutes before this place becomes active. All right, we picked up the station. Let's roll up in here. All right, let's move our crew back. Apparently it was one hell of a fight. How many borders do I have left? I only have 39 borders. So this one was a little bit harder of a fight. The other one I lost 5. This one I lost almost 70. All right, let's see with the defunct station if we have anything for cargo. Nope, as usual, we get screwed on cargo. All right, let's jump into the defunct station and see what we got. All right, we're going to save him to save designs because you never know. Yeah, I might use that for something else or try something else. All right, let's repair this. 245,000 titanium. Yeah, whatever. All right. And let's change him into our one that we normally use. There we go. And we're going to rebuild him as a microchip. Microchip factory, 2.76 million. All right, so he is ready to go. And put our usual crew on here. Auto assign those guys. Oh crap, I need two. Need to hire two more. All right, so he's up and running. Trade goods, 16% here. So not really the best. We'll up it a little bit here to 1463. So now it's 16 here. The other one was 23%. So we should, when we're able to move this thing, we'll turn everything back on. When we get ready to move this thing, we should get an extra 5% when we change that out. All right, let's go collect our goods of war. Oh, there's a red one. That's what the, you know, with the insane thing level where you get much better drops when you blow up enemy ships, whether it's actual turrets or, you know, for example, there's a control system, armed or unarmed, you know, being that it's an exotic, which isn't too bad at all. All right, so we've picked up one processor factory, and now we've picked up a microchip factory. When they do make the changes, is kind of what I'm getting prepared for. We're gonna jump these back to our mines area and start trying to build our economy around these warp points. Right now, it's going to take me. So if I jump through the warp, I'll move to here. I jump over to, I believe here, and that jumps me all the way up to well into the Xanian region. Here's the barrier around the galaxy, around the center of the galaxy. So though just one, essentially one jump between two warp points, and I'm already at the center of the galaxy. So I'm going to concentrate my economy on that area, as well as I found this. This is the end of the last warp jump, or the wormhole, I should say. This area right in here between these two factions has a bunch of high-end, high-demand material. So I'm going to start building a kind of a mini little empire here. There's a bunch of asteroids. There's a lot of material to mine. There's a bunch of places to put mines. And I think, like I said, there's 4 or 5 high-end like anti-grav generators, that kind of stuff. We'll put all those factories in this little area right in here before we jump into the, you know, till we get across the barrier. The other place I'm looking at here is probably going to be here. This shipyard, or possibly the smuggler's hideout. We're going to capture that, and we're going to turn it into a ship factory. Well, what the hell is it called? Anyway, we're going to start building turrets, factories, and research stations right as close as we can to the barrier. I think there's a couple, maybe possibly here. Yeah, in this general area, we're going to try to get up right up against this barrier. I kind of got screwed, right? So when we were first coming up here, we get into the trinium, first part of the Xanian material part of the galaxy here, and boom, run into, there is a massive rift in the way. One of their faction that's up against the border of the rift, these guys, this is as big as the Empire is showing. Their Empire is actually inside of the barrier. So I had to go way out here to find another faction, or way out here to find another faction. So I kind of, like I said, it kind of got screwed when I come up here thinking, there'll be a faction right on the barrier here, but no, they're way over off on the sides. So it didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, but that's fine, because right now the turret factories that I'm finding along the barrier are not very good. So we're talking like Teslas with like 2,500 DPS, railguns with like 1,200. So what I think I'm going to do, or end up doing, is either maybe even possibly right here at this shipyard, since I'll be in a pretty friendly faction, is build a bunch of turret factories, research, because this is all going to be tech level 36 and 37. That's where we want to be at. Honestly, because you need the firepower on the insane level. If you don't have this kind of firepower, we're going to get screwed. I mean, we're out here dealing with ships with 2,000 firepower, and they're they're going through, you know, I mean, obviously we're taking some time here to get the materials to build a 4 million HP ship, or 4 million of shields, but it's going to take a while here. So we're going to jump back to, I have one heavy miner here. We're going to switch to him. He needs to be changed out. I just threw him together to make it work, so it's not working as much as I want. Do you know if devs plan on removing the 15 system cap on ships anytime in the future? No, Ranker, I don't know. They're not always the easiest sometimes. Yeah, they had a Q&A the other day, I guess, on YouTube, or on one of the maybe it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. That's what it was. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Now let's jump into a sector here so I can switch him out. All right, there's a sector I can handle. This was, so here's the problem with this level. At this level, insane, you cannot send your ship out, any ship out, that is not ready for the area, right? You get the persecutor fleets. Normally in the other levels you don't really have to worry about it too much if you're not in the ship. However, on insane level, if you send a ship out, even when it's run by the AI to do, like, for mining or stuff like that, persecutor fleets are going to start to show up. I've lost 2 miners from those nice individuals. So this was I used the ship design I had, and I simply just threw a bunch of junk on it to get this level down. You know, this it's only in the orange. If it's in the red, you pretty much got to guarantee that the dickheads are going to show up, and they don't take very long to blow up your mining ship. So we're going to jump out of this. I'm going to fix this abomination. Like I said, I just threw stuff on it to get my shields and my HP up enough to not have to deal with the persecutor fleets. So we're going to run over here to, and this is why I'm kind of been slow on the mining part. I only got 1.2 million trinium and 1.2 million neonite. Is that I've been sitting here building this up here so I can start building some better mining. That, and it's been rather difficult to find some decent mining turrets. I don't know why. I found everything else. I found a bunch of you know, exotic systems and turrets, but yeah. All right, so we're going to apply this design. This is one of my mining ship. Now I don't have the, I haven't got a chance to get to some fighters built yet, so we're going to end up changing that block to a cargo hold. When we come back, so this is always the thing when I build these ships or when I design these ships, I generally make them pretty modular, so I'm able to, you know, in the end, you know, these are cargo blocks, these are cargo blocks, this is a cargo block, that's cargo, that's cargo, everything. There's a lot of cargo on here, so any one of these blocks I can change back into a fighter bay for, you know, for obviously for my mining fighters. However, since I don't have those right now, we're going to have to deal with this. Okay, so we're going to have to hire a bunch of crew on this guy, which is going to suck because it's a long ways away. I should have probably got a little bit closer, I guess. Yeah, I don't see them guys doing that, Ranker, because they're not really known for being, like I said, they give very little information a lot of times about things, and they've never really mentioned anything about changing the 15 system cap on ships. I mean, I don't know. That's the problem with the game sometimes, is they just don't give you a lot of information. A lot of the stuff, when you know, they hint at it or whatever, but, you know, even like doing a simple guide, like an early game guide for playing the game, just was never worked out really that well. Alrighty. Oh, this could take a while. I'm not even sure what I have available for turns. I'm pretty sure I got the right stuff. Actually, we'll have to go to inventory. My Alliance Vault has got most of the high-end, or most of the ones I want. There's a double Xanian. There is a double Xanian. Those are the two I really want. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to go with. And I'm almost positive, like system-wise, I don't have enough. Yeah, I threw those on just to keep everybody happy in this stupid system. All right, so unarmed slots. Probably going to take a few of these. All right, let's go back to the build. Sorry about that, guys. That's a cargo bay. So we are going to put our, let's put our, let's change these into Xanians. And we'll install the two Xanian mining turrets on the tips. All right, so 50%, and then there's a, yeah, plus 8, what, no, whoa. Yeah, 90% efficiency. Oh, plus 18, but so this will be 100% efficiency on those. This is 13%, so yeah, these will both be 100% efficiency on the mining. Excellent, excellent. Unfortunately, yeah, so it's very weak. Once again, we're going to be screwed back to, I don't know why they do this. Now, typically, I think I'm going to need about 500 Omicron to get past this point. What do I have here? Can I do that? So that puts me at 1.1k, which should be enough. Yep. So we'll just leave the salvaging turret. Yeah, it puts us at 1.1k Omicron, which got me out of the danger zone. We just won't. We'll try not to get into anything that's too bad. All right. So where is a shipyard? Did I even get it in the right spot for a shipyard? I should be able to call it from any station though anymore. Gauss Rail Factory, hired crew, request transport. Oh, come on. Maybe that faction's not, that's probably why. We're gonna have to jump to, the Emirates to get the better crew here. It's gonna be easier than having me hunt down all the needed crew. Yeah, so I've been totally just kind of not doing any of I should have like 5 or 6 mining ships up and running, but I've been working on specifically the raiding and pirating and to get this built up for money wise and try to get a couple mines and the passive income up and running as quick as I can. So I've not been spending a whole bunch of time coming back here and making sure my mining ships are up to snuff. Like that, you just saw that abomination that I had designed earlier, which wasn't even a design. It was simply I threw a bunch of parts on it to get me going because I was in a hurry. All right, so let's hire a crew. We're gonna request what? Oh no, you know what? Of course it is. All right, so we're gonna have to do this the hard way. All right, screw that. Let's jump out to F9. I'm pretty sure there is a captain on this. And we're gonna send him over to, we'll send him over there. And we'll come back. I'm not gonna sit here and wait, have him drive across or watch him drive across here. One of those deals. You want the DLC so bad, and they do, and they have a good tutorial. Well, that's good. That's great. They finally have a good tutorial. I do feel like a learning cliff sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing about when you get to start building this stuff. Um, you know, you could. This game is just one of those deals where you could spend hours just sitting and freaking playing and building things. Right? It's not even like you spend a whole lot of time doing anything else. Of just sitting in there and playing with building ships and all that kind of stuff. So we're not. We're gonna wait till he gets over there. I'm gonna jump up here and check my. I'm gonna check these equipment docks to see if there's anything good popped up. I do that probably every time I come in. I didn't do that when I first started playing, which I normally do. Where is he at? There he is. I normally check these guys right off the bat to see what we have. A scanner upgrade, shield ionizer, mining system. Nothing really great there. Trinium salvaging, chain gun 330, Zanian mining repair, double point railgun. Okay, there's a decent railgun 612. We're gonna pick that railgun up. Laser turret, not really. Double chain gun. Trinium level 940, almost 1,000. Yeah, we'll pick that up too. I really, honestly, I need to come up here and pick up. I need to bring a carrier up here, or at least a freighter with some being able to haul some fighters. I have these. So one of the great thing about the Insane is you can start picking up fighters here now, even before you get up to the Neonite region, or the Trinium level, I should say. I can buy fighters back here, but the problem is they're super. They just don't have the DPS. So if I can come up here and buy like probably 10 high-end fighters, and it's going to protect that system a lot better than I can with those two defense ships. All right, so let's pick up. So I'm about 60 million. Let's pick up that railgun, that one, and that double chain gun turret. We'll pick up 2 of them. You know, and that's the same thing with this here. I always buy whenever I get a chance. So like even this stuff right here, the low end, like the quantum hyperspace upgrades are hard to find sometimes, especially when you need them, right? So I always, whenever I see that this one's not a good one, this is only negative 13, a negative 13% for the recharger energy. But if I can find those one that gives me the extra +3 or +4, it's great for building, you know, for putting on these little dinky ships. All right, let's switch over here to the other side here. Let's see if we can pick up. Let's see what's going on here. Hopefully there's another pretty good chunk of stuff. All right, so how's everybody Saturday going? And if you know, if Ranker, if you're still listening, when I decide to go with it, or I got this new computer coming, I might end up actually having to do, or might end up actually doing a server, or my own server, I guess, for the game. All right, well, let's hold that for the tractor beam. Suck my little ship in. All right, let's see what this guy's got to sell. Oh, quad cannon 1275, double trinium, arm mining, anti-fighter, Xanian, point defense, a quad cannon. Cannons are all fine and dandy, but sure hard to hit stuff with it. So 82% chance of penetrating shields. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. I'm always looking, you know, the stuff I can find out where I'm at now is not that great. However, with this up here, it's not a big deal if I can pick up these. If I'm still fighting on the edge of the galaxy, you know, we've talked about this for in other videos. If I'm fighting out here on the edge of the galaxy, I don't need the best of the best. However, since I was able to get a couple exploration ships up here, right along the edge of the barrier, I should have probably said this earlier. It only takes to sell one asteroid to these one of these empires that are neutral to be able to buy the low end weapons from these guys. What I mean by the low end weapons, I'm talking about like usually the low end trinium stuff, not the Xanians necessarily, but the lower end trinium stuff, which is usually pretty good. I mean, we're talking at this point, it's usually sometimes up to 1400 DPS. If you get it, like say for example, this Tesla, which is 707, it's Neonite. By selling one asteroid to this faction, I was able to access their low end stuff. And this is the only reason why I have a good standing with these guys right now is I've been buying a lot of crap from them. That's all I did. I haven't really sold any asteroids to them. I've just been sitting here buying equipment and stuff like that. That's all I've been doing, and I've got them with a good relationship with them already. So I just keep building and building until I get the excellent and hopefully get to the initially to the complete high end stuff. And so we're going to jump. We're going to switch into this one. We're going to check out and see if there's anything at this station and all that kind of stuff. Have you ever done PvP, and if so, how was it? I've never played TIE. I've never tried the PvP, mostly because there was always a lot of problems with PvPs. PvPs always said the servers were terrible because of you get too many people on there, and there was issues. So I guess I've since I did PvP games where I played with other players, never against. If that's kind of what you're asking, like I've never played against a different player like as an enemy. I played with other players, started out games with them. We had no problems, like 2 or 3 guys is usually all right for a server, but then it started having problems. However, the new patch, I understand they're going to fix a bunch of that shit. So there's hopefully a chance that we're going to get servers that work well. I think Avorion actually tried to run one of their own servers, and they asked a bunch of people to come to play, and I think they went to like literally shit the bed on them in the middle of the game. It didn't work out very well, from what I understand. But I'm also one of those guys that don't get into that stuff too much. But a PvP server would be cool, to do, but trying to get it to run was kind of the issue. I've had people tell me that were to play the PvPs, so they just weren't happy with the way how it ran. All right, upgrade, turret control system unarmed. Don't want one of those. Double trinium, double railgun. 614 point defense. Nothing really all that fascinating here. Triple point pulse cannon, quad plasma, and of course you can see the difference here between what I'm getting up by the barrier, because these are tech level 29. Those are up there where tech level 37 or 36 is. So obviously you're not going to get as good as stuff here. But sometimes you get, for example, if this was an exceptional or an exotic, since I have a good relationship with her, I can buy those, and those sometimes are better than the stuff you can get at tech level 36 or 37. So I always do check that. I only keep 4 of these ships up and running now. I don't even keep any of these ships back here anymore. Not that you can't get the turrets and stuff back here are crap, but they do end up giving you some pretty decent. You can pick up a lot. I picked up my first exceptional trading chip back here, and I picked it up relatively quick, like 15 hours into the game. Normally, sometimes it's taken me up to 25 hours, 30 hours before I'm able to get that stupid chip to see where the supply and demand is. So that was super nice that I was able to pick that up relatively quick. So my issue right now is the single player. Yeah, no crap. That's just the way it is, and that's been the issue, Ty, since the game started. Was the huge lag spots. For some reason you got too many people, and the servers weren't just that stable. But now I think they're trying to fix that problem. I saw something in their notes about it, so it was kind of one of those. Hey Mike, how are you doing? I love your ships on Steam, but would it be possible in the future that you could write some info about the different ships? That would be a nice help. yeah, I will try to get some. It took me forever for them guys to bother me enough to put the ships up on this team, and then once I did, I was just like, oh, this is so hard. No, but I'll try to get some writing up there for you guys, at least for you guys to look at the ships and stuff. And once again, I'm not a shipbuilder, so if you're expecting something super special, yeah, you got to kind of work with me here. You know, I'm always one of those people that I'm throwing stuff together and I just never sit down and figure out, okay, is this the best turning thing or not? One of those kind of things. But hey, thanks for watching, Mike. All right, so let's jump back. We got that taken care of. We ain't got nothing up here. There is one other. That shipyard I'm not going to go after because that's got 18 ships instead of the usual 4. This one's, I think, is 15, and that one's 11. So those shipyards are not going to be worth it, at least fight-wise. However, what we are going to do is jump into the Voyager here. Now, some people were asking me the last time, not the lady, the Voyager, about scouting, right, or scout ships, or how to set one up. So this is what I do when I play when I. Now, honestly, scout ships are, if not the most important thing, well, maybe not the most important. Miners and all that kind of stuff are really super great too, but having the information about where you're going, that kind of stuff is great. And then also on this level, when you get up in here to these kind of systems where you're going to jump into a yellow system, and you're like, oh, you know, there is like a crap ton of secret stashes and traveler stashes. That is honestly the way to go. Instead of buying a lot of stuff, and obviously I haven't bought a lot of stuff. Most of the stuff I've been getting is from secret stashes, traveler stashes, container ships, whatever I can find in the asteroid fields. And that's kind of the thing with the whole with this ship. Now this is one of my. You notice it's not done. This has been an ongoing project here. I need to have more. Right now, I do believe I have 217.57 gigawatts. I need 74. However, with these, the thing about with the exploration ships, or these kind of ships, if you're going to explore with them, is speed. I don't ever carry weapons on these ships, so I need something super fast. And if I'm running against, if I jump into a system that's got a bunch of pirates and they lock me into system with, and I can't get out for like 200 seconds, I got to be able to run. So it's best to have as much possible for your energy. Right now, this is 217. However, I didn't want to drop a bunch of trinium in here yet. I need to at least get this up, maybe even to 600 or 800 generated energy before I feel comfortable enough that I can close it all up, right? The same way with, I haven't dropped a whole bunch of hyperspace in here just because I've got lucky with several of my, I do have the the Botan one, and a couple other ones. Now I do use engine upgrades on these guys. I also use high-tech trading system because if I'm scouting or exploring, I want to be able to drop, on this, for example here, gold and zinc. I make a note when I jump into that system. I look over at my my trading overview, and then I'm able to tell right away what's the best in the area. Same way with the object detectors. You get the yellow ones that'll give you, for example, what is this one? I think like the yellow object detectors will detect hidden objects up to 10 kilometers. The red ones, they'll show you the entire sector. So finding one of these red ones, or even upgrading to one of the red ones by using the research stations, get this thing as fast as you can. So on this level, finding secret stashes or whatever, like you see a bunch of this area up here that I've jumped through already. Not only am I jumping through this to find the secret stashes, I'm also opening this up here for my miner. This will tell me where I can mine. Obviously, I don't want to jump my ship into there because there's pirates. However, this one's good at 2,600. So exploring this area where I is kind of important. The other great thing about it is when you do jump into these sectors with a lot of asteroids, especially the yellow ones, with that detector, you're going to be able to pick up the secret stashes. So you go in there. There's 5 secret stashes. They usually give you 160 to 170,000 credits per secret stash. So you're looking at 800,000 credits just by picking up those 5. Plus anywhere from usually 2 systems per one, and they're usually high-end ones. They're usually exceptional or higher. A lot of them are. And same with weapons. I ended up with some really great weapons out of some of those. So those secret stashes, don't forget to take advantage of that. Spending a little bit of time doing that here. So yeah, this is this is what I'm talking about with you're going to get up to 7,000 meters a second as fast as you can, that kind of stuff. And we're going to pull back. Do you remove inertia? I think so. Can you guys hear me? I think. Am I having problems here? I think. Nope. I'm good. All right. Sorry about that. I'm having a little issue with my mic some days. It's starting to bug me. But so what was the question here? Do you remove inertia dampeners or whatever they're called? Do I remove them? Sometimes I do. I don't really use them a lot. If I'm flying around and I want to go somewhere, I usually flip the ship around and just use the main thrusters. So that's what I usually do. But inertia dampeners are one of the, it also depends on which collision level you're doing. Okay, thanks, Anderson. We can hear people. All right, yeah. I was just curious. I did it there for a while. There was like, I don't know if they can hear me or not because I wasn't hearing anything through my headset. So, where do you get the chip for trading? And your designs are damn nice. Keep it up. Well, Mike, you can with the trading chips, you can either get them at mostly. I usually get them at the equipment docks, or if you are being specifically looking for the chip right away, and you're doing the pirating thing, pirate stations or pirate the actual freighters, and a lot of times they'll cough up the trading system. Obviously this trade you want to try to get trading system wise. You want to try to get the yellow ones, at least the yellow ones. This will give you the economy overview here. You can see here on the bottom it says economy overview. When you install it, that's what gives you this. It lets you know what's selling and what's not selling in the area. Yeah, but yeah, if you don't want to buy it, you have to make sure you're targeting freighters to do that. So you're going to find an area that's got some enemy freighters or whatever, and you want to target their freighters. Typically, the 1 out of every 4 or 5 will have one. What level they are is going to depend on the RNG of the game, right? But most of the time, if I can, I'll try to buy one. That's why I'm always leaving those ships behind. It's just easier to find them that way. Just turn off the flight assist. That'll do too. All right, guys. So yeah, what was my other plan here? So there's the Durandal. Let's see. Jump back in here to him. Now I've picked my typical. I've used my typical way of doing this, which is I am pirating over here, and I'm pirating up here as well. So I'm pirating about 5 factions right now. The other big thing I'm going to try to do, and this is the thing when I play these games, I'm always constantly trying to figure out new ways to play against the game. And what I'm going to try to do here is, you can see this purple faction here. They have a lot of high-end stuff: teleport factory, military outposts, shipyards, all that kind of stuff. Fusion generators, force generators. This is going to be a ripe area to pirate. However, I'm not terribly sure what this is going to do to the supply and demand in the area, if it's actually going to do anything or change it. I'm also not too, I have excellent with both these factions, not this faction. So I'm going to see if this is going to cause a diplomatic issue. You know what I mean? And I'm also, after I take a certain number of these, I'm going to try to do a ceasefire with them, and I'm going to try to turn and see what it's going to take me for me to turn these guys back around the other way. You know, if I can do enough free the slave missions, will I be able to turn these guys around? I'm trying to trying to free up some area right in here. I might even try it with this group of people here. This whatever, this sky goof guy, whatever the hell these guys are. I might try to take this aluminum 1, 2, 3, 6 mines right there. I might try to take that. I'm gonna lose, of course, rep with these guys, but I'm also interested to see how fast I'm gonna be able to get it back with the fight. So that kind of stuff. I'm always, like I said, I'm always trying to work up different ways to see if we can do that or not. Did not know how to get it, so you can see it all, but you can just had to install it. Yep, that's pretty much how to do. Mike was to install it to make it work. So. Anybody else got some questions? We're like I said, I've been really busy, and you know, and you guys have all played this game, so you know how much of a time suck this thing can be, right? You jump in, you're like, all right, just to get, you know, a couple mines up and stuff and running and do some exploring, it's, you know, 20 hours. So I'm sorry I've been taking a little bit of time here to get this up and running here, but hopefully I'm going to start either not doing the live streaming or just simply doing the videos. I know most of you guys don't like to watch a live stream because it's an hour long, but I'll try to just keep doing the videos here, you know, the 10-minute videos with anything new that I come up with, and hopefully with the new changes, we're going to do some videos on that, and we're also going to do the videos on the new missions. I'm going to buy the DLC, the one, the pay, the whatever they're doing. I think it's like $5 or $10 now. So you're going to get some new missions, some new convoy missions. You're going to get some new bosses. I'm going to buy that, and then I'll give you guys a review and see how it turns out. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of idea whether it's not worth it or not your money. I don't know about this part of the game here. And I'm also going to be playing some new games. If you guys are interested in watching, we're going to do Star Wars Squadrons. That looks super sweet. And there's another one too. I think it's the, oh, what the hell is it called? It's an indie game, pretty close, similar to Space Engineers. I will put it up when I do buy it. You guys can get an idea what I'm up to. AR-15 AK-47s. Guns. AR-50, yeah, that would be pretty nice too. So you guys have a good night. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping out. Like I said, it's been a while since I did one of these streams. So thanks, guys, for watching on Saturday night. I'll try to get back into swing about Avorion. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you guys later.